Log into OLX 365 using the provided user sign-in and password. Navigate through diverse modules by clicking on them. Let's illustrate the engineering procedure. Before delving into the creation of projects, let's look at the main accounts involved in the process of project management process. There are various components involved in the project management process. Prior to initiating a project, it is essential to establish resources. Following this, contracts should be configured. Project categories, including category groups for item category, item group, released item to be utilized during project execution, as well as hours and expense categories, should be clearly defined. In the engineering section, projects can be generated based on specific criteria, whether they pertain to a billable project or a capital project. Let's now illustrate the procedural flow for a billable project. In the project planning, estimation, and execution, the engineering team initiates the process by creating a new project. Clicking the New button in the project details screen allows them to specify the project type as billable. In the case of a billable project, they enter details such as project name, group, and customer before selecting Create Project. Once the project is established, the engineering team imports the Work Breakdown Structure template by selecting the WBS, Work Breakdown Structure, option. This facilitates the importation of hours, fees, and items associated with the work breakdown structure. Subsequently, the team clicks Save to confirm the import. Following this, the engineering team proceeds to generate a project quotation and can also raise purchase requisitions or purchase orders. Additionally, they perform reservations for items needed from vendors using the item requirement form in project management and accounting. After specifying details, they click Save, providing various options for raising purchase orders or purchase requisitions. The next step involves scheduling resources with a drag-and-drop functionality for allocating requirements to different resources. Resources include employees, technicians, vehicles, and equipment. The system incorporates location auditing to identify the nearest technicians to customers. Furthermore, on-site technicians can utilize barcode scanning to register items in the system. After scheduling, the engineering team verifies the execution or consumption of items, hours, expenses, and fees. To validate in-post hours or expenses, the team accesses the hours journal, clicking on the lines for confirmation. Subsequently, the finance team can generate an invoice proposal for billable projects. Once the finance team raises the invoice proposal, they proceed to invoice the customer, facilitating payment reception. The ledger posting for a billable project can be observed in the voucher transactions. All project-related transactions can be viewed in the project transaction report. Having previously outlined the process for billable projects, let's now elaborate on the procedural flow for capital projects within OLX 365. The engineering team can click on Create New Projects, then click on the New button so the capital type of project can be selected. For the project type, the contract ID is disabled because it's a capital project, and also you can leave the customer or add an internal customer in Create Project. The engineering team will then import the work breakdown structure for the capital project by clicking on this work breakdown structure. In the work breakdown structure, the engineering team can import hours, expenses, or item types of service tasks and click on Save. The next step is the item requirement, where the engineering team can create purchase requisitions or purchase orders for the different items that are needed as a part of the work breakdown structure. The dispenser will then drag and drop the different requirements to the different resources. We have different features implemented as a part of Schedule Board, for example, location auditing, with which we can understand the location of the technicians and the proximity of the distance from the customers. Also on the mobile app, we have barcode scanning, where the technicians can scan the items used and it will be registered in the system. The engineering team can then view the consumption of hours, expenses, and items. The engineering team will click on hours, then follow lines to add in the details, then validate and post the hours, expenses, and item transactions as a part of capital projects, and they will be acquired as fixed assets. The ledger posting for a capital project can be observed in the voucher transactions. All the transactions are displayed in the project transaction report.